I lost over $10,000 investing in stocks and business this year, but I learned some valuable lessons through that experience. And that's why I wouldn't say I lost $10,000. It's more like I invested and learned $10,000 worth of knowledge. Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Chris Mo. If you don't know me, I do $1 to $2 million in construction sales, got a 6-figure income, some passive investments, and I love business. You see, I make these videos so I can teach my generation the truth about living a better life and to just talk business. That way we can both grow together and hopefully build something great in the future. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 valuable lessons that I learned when it came to investing $10,000 and losing it all. Hopefully my experience can save others $10,000 in time and money. That way you don't fall into the same trap that I did. So without further ado, let's get started. I've been on this whole self-improvement business, wanting to make a lot of money journey for a while now, 8 years to be exact. And since then, I have looked into every single avenue on how to make money. And I've tried many different things and I've failed many different times. And those experiences have not only cost me money, but it has also cost me time. Time is one of those unforeseen costs that people don't take into account. And that's because I believe people take time for granted, especially living in this fast-paced world with social media. Everyone wants everything so fast, which is why we see all the time gurus selling everyone make 6 figures in 90 days, which is possible, but highly unlikely. So let's start off with the first $5,000 that I lost. I lost my first $5,000 investing into stocks. You see, there's so many different ways to make money. One of the things that gets promoted all the time in making money is buying and selling stocks. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's a lot of people who are successful doing this, but it's risky, which is why I don't like to play with stocks. But this time around, I had an extra $5,000 and I did what most people do. I went ahead and tried to figure out how I can double it. And the way I did it was by giving my friend who had been buying and selling stocks for a while now and who claimed to be good at it. Well, I let him trade stocks on my Weibo account in order to multiply it. But if the SEC asks if it's true or not, maybe it isn't and maybe it is. At one point we were doing really good, but there were other times where the market would turn and I was losing money. And I have always understood the risk with stocks. And I know that there's no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme, but I wanted to give this thing a try. Eventually, as we all have seen, the market is crazy right now. At one point, we just made some bad choices and picked some bad stocks and they just didn't come back up. And I lost my $5,000. And to be honest with you all, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, it was money that I already taken a loss on the moment I put it into the market. And that's the first lesson I want you to take from all of this. When it comes to investing, you want to make sure that you're playing with money that you can afford to lose. When I invest now, I make sure that I have money allocated to my main expenses. And my investment money is just gambling money. Because investing is basically gambling. You're guessing that something is going to go either up or down. And I know there's a lot of people out there who say it's not gambling. But let's look at the definition of gambling. Take risky action in the hope of getting a desired result, according to Google. And that's exactly what you're doing when it comes to investing into anything, especially stocks. Now, that wasn't the only money I lost this year. This year was pretty tough on me. Earlier this year, I quit the company that I was at and I tried to do my own thing. From getting the lead, to making the sale, to producing the job. And if y'all don't know, I work based on projects sold. So if I don't make a sale, I don't get paid. But I believed in myself. And I knew if this worked out, the margins are crazy where I would have made a ton of money, or so I thought. Being out there, knocking on doors, investing money in marketing materials, I learned a valuable lesson when it came to business and time. You see, the most important thing in business is learning how to market properly. Knowing how to get a customer to want the thing that you're selling. Because if you don't have someone to sell to, then your business will be out of business shortly. And I learned this the hard way by being out there trying to do things on my own. I spent a lot of my savings just trying to make it out there. $5,000 worth of savings to be exact. I nearly went broke doing this. But it did teach me a valuable lesson. You can't do business alone. There are many key pieces to business. But as much as people like myself like to do things on their own, when it comes to business or making money, you can't do it alone. You can't do anything in life alone. And sometimes we forget that because of our egos. And if I start looking back at my life, yeah, physically I was the one that put in the work, but the lessons and skills that I learned throughout my years were things that I learned from other people. And that's the valuable lesson that you want to take from this, that you can't do it alone. It's okay to ask for help. And a team is what makes the dream come true. Which brings me to the last valuable thing that I learned from all of this. And I mentioned this a couple of times throughout the video. Time. Oh, how I hate time. Me and time have a love-hate relationship. Because we all know that there are times where time is really slow. Like when it comes to putting your food in a microwave and standing in front of it, just waiting on your food to get ready. It takes forever. Or it can go by really fast, like if you're waiting for a roller coaster for a really long time, and once you get into that roller coaster, it feels like only 3 seconds went by for that whole entire ride to start from A through Z. Yeah, that's time for you. Losing all this money has taught me a valuable lesson about time, that you can't beat time, and everything good in life requires time. Time is the only thing that I can't beat when it comes to being successful. And I can forget that at times, and I blame social media for it. We live in a fast-paced world where we want everything fast, but life doesn't work that way. All the good things in life require time. Let's look at this YouTube channel, for example. Nowadays, everybody wants to be a YouTuber, but forget to realize that it requires a lot of work and requires a lot of time. It isn't a thing where you can just put up a video and you'll be an overnight success. You're going to have to learn the ins and outs of making a good video, and getting noticed eventually will take time. That's why when it comes to creating content, I'm giving myself a 2-year benchmark to try to figure out whether this thing works for me or not. And then I'll quit, like most people do. These 3 valuable lessons cost me a lot of money to learn, some of which could have been avoided. But at the end of the day, sometimes we need to learn these expensive, painful lessons in order to really learn them. And I'm glad that I did learn these lessons, because I know a lot of people who spent way more money trying to learn these lessons. And hopefully this can cost someone nothing to learn. So the best advice that I can give someone trying to get ahead in life is this: learn a high income skill, hopefully something that you love to do. That way you can have the discipline to work on it for a really long time in order to seek the full benefits from it. And if you need help, just ask someone. It's okay to ask for help. You can't do it alone. Besides that, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video, you found some value, and I'll see you guys next time.